Hi everyone, it's Lina. Today I want to talk about a topic that a little honestly. Let's dive into the subject of finding your art style. But before we get into it, let me give you a bit of background about myself. I'm Japanese, and growing up, I was always surrounded by anime, illustrations, and games, pop culture. It was just part of my, or I can say our, everyday life. When I got to university, I started drawing as a hobby, and I got completely hooked. I kept at it for a few years, but then life got busy with work, and I stopped drawing altogether. Recently, though, something inspired me to start drawing again, and it's been so much fun. I just want to draw all the time, creating whatever I feel like. But at the same point, I thought, okay, maybe I should take this more seriously. If that's the case, having my own style would probably be a good idea, right? Alright, let's figure out my style. So, I started studying a lot of references and looking at different illustrators. I learned about colors and tried to create my style, not based on my actual drawing experience, but by gathering the things I liked at the moment and putting them together. The result, you could imagine, right? It was like a messy. It didn't come from a strong vision or belief, or those pieces never really came together. I started focusing more on fitting into a box than actually enjoying drawing. I ended up feeling lost and completely unsure of myself. That's when I decided to stop relying on just the information in my head or what I saw. I stopped forcing myself to stick to one style that I chose and just let myself draw whatever I wanted. Some days I'm in the mood for soft watercolor-like vibes. Other days I feel like trying a bold anime-inspired style with lots of energy. And you know what? Drawing that way is very fun. Plus, I've learned so much from exploring different styles. And I feel like all of it is helping me create something that feels truly mine. For me, trying out different styles has actually been a way to nurture my individuality as an artist. I've started drawing a lot, in whatever style I feel like, and over time, I've noticed something. It's not like I consciously decided this is my style. Instead, without realizing it, I've stopped using any tools except the real watercolor sets from clipstudiopaint. Now I only use 3 brushes for coloring. I didn't deliberately narrow down my choices. It's just happened naturally over time. How I discovered my style? The answer is recording my art process. What I mean is things like my favorite colors, tools I often use, or the way I apply color. They're things that are already rooted in me, and I notice them if I take a step back. When I watch my art process back, I notice things like, oh, I always draw this part this way, or I always gravitate towards this color, or things like that. And the important thing is, I feel comfortable about it now, of course. Anyway, it's been a super valuable experience. if you're looking for your art style or trying to figure out what makes your work unique, I recommend recording your process and watching it back a week later. Look at it as if you were someone else. The downside is that you'll need to do it multiple times. It's not a one and done thing. And if you don't enjoy analyzing your own work, this method might not be for you. For me, I noticed that even though I'd randomly choose colors, I'd always end up tweaking them to similar shades using the color adjustment tool. So now I just use the color palette, and now I know how to use colors more effectively. That's how I've started feeling more confident about my style. Looking back, I thought my old drawings were different from my current ones, but they are more similar than I realized. For example, those arts are from many years ago, maybe over 10 years. In the left one, I used blue for the shadow in the hair, and in the right one, the background has a watercolor feel. Even back then, there were already some similarities to what I do now. I think everyone has certain habits or preferences hidden in their work, things that don't change no matter how much time passes. For me, discovering those things and figuring out what I want to express has been a really fun process. And personally, I believe that your style isn't something you decide. It's something that should naturally emerge over time. My coloring style is pretty stable now, but when it comes to drawing like line work, I'm still experimenting and figuring out. Lately, I've been practicing drawing full body characters. Right now, I'm focusing on proportions, body shapes, and how gravity affects things. It's been so much fun. Okay, thank you for watching until the end. Usually on this channel, that little cat in the bottom left corner shares art tips and techniques. And sometimes, like today, I share my personal stories while drawing in the background. If you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing to my channel, leaving a like, or dropping a comment about anything. I'd really appreciate it. I hope your journey to finding your own style is a wonderful one. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. I hope have a great drawing day. Bye bye.